Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I just wanted to go over the deck that I used at last night's League Challenge. It was a 5-round tournament. We had 18 players in the Masters division, and then one in the Seniors. And I think I ended up getting like 14th or something like that, at a record of 1-2-0 as I dropped. But I still wanted to go over my deck list and just some thoughts on the actual tournament. So my deck list. So I played Lugia. Right, I picked Lugia because I thought it was. I think it's one of the best decks right now in the format. It has the power to one-hit KO pretty much anything, right? And I just don't really enjoy playing, the other decks, right? So, I think the last one I played was, probably about a month and a half ago, and I used Arceus, Duraludon, and Umbreon. That deck kind of is falling out right now, so I went with a deck that kind of suits my playstyle. And this was it. And this is the single strike version as well. So, without further ado, let's get into it. 3 Lugia VStar. We got 4 Lugia V. And then we got 4 Archeops. So this is pretty much the bread and butter here of the deck. The VStar and the V both have the same retreat cost, resistance, and weakness, lightning, fighting, and 2 colorless. They both can discard the stadium with their attacks, Arrow Dive and Tempest Dive, right? 130 and 220 respectively, both at a cost of 4 energy. The V also has its first attack there, Read the Wind, which is actually not too bad. For colorless, you can discard a card from your hand and draw 3 cards. So obviously you want to be able to discard that Archeops. And then the V-Star has its ability there, Summoning Star, which allows you to put 2 colorless Pokemon from your discard pile into play. And you typically do that with Archeops there. Obviously for its ability Primal Turbo, you can search your deck for 2 special energy cards and attach them to one of your Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. Right? Pretty cool. And then everything else about it is average. 150 HP, 1 retreat, fighting resistance, lightning weakness, and then 3 energy. Speedwing for 120. Pretty cool. So get him into play, discard these, then bring these out with his ability. That's how we play the deck. So next, we have the techs and I guess the other attackers. Single Strike Urshifu, right? And the VMax. This is a fantastic card there. It's fighting type, so it's great against great at going against Arceus decks, right? You're able to get that KO, 2 single strike energy. On the VMax, you can use Beatdown for 140, right? Times 2 on an Arceus V-Star, that's 280, and that's a knockout, right? And I'd put something like a V-Guard energy, right? Or you can just Jet energy it into play, evolve like a surprise kind of attack, right? And then obviously this second attack there, G-Max 1 blow, 270, discard all energy on Urshifu. And then it goes through pretty much anything. So, and it's capable of hitting up to 350 damage, which knocks out pretty much everything in the format. And the reason why this is so significant, it's because of Charizard, right? As Charizard, one of the most popular decks right now being played. Obviously not as popular as Lostina, Chien Pao, or Gardevoir, but still pretty popular. It's got a whopping 330 HP, right? And this goes right through it, and that's how important it is. And then we got a pair of Lumineons, right? We need to search out that supporter card, right? So we play Lumineon for Luminous Sign, and that's all it's there for. 2 Tyranitar V. It's another really important card, right? The thing with this card that makes it so good is it's your Mew counter because of the dark type. It's also your Gardevoir counter because of the dark type. And its second attack there, Single Strike Crush, does 240 damage. And if you throw on 2 Single Strike energies on it, right, you are going to be able to do 280 damage, meaning this can knock out V-Stars, right? It's absolutely crazy. It's so good right now. Its first attack there, Cragalanche as well for a dark and 2 colors. It does 60, but you discard the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. So with a single strike energy on it, and then 2 of any other energy, you are getting knockouts on like a lot of basic Pokemon like Comfeys, Charmanders, Pidgey, Frigibax, right? All that stuff, right? If you throw on 3 on there, then you're getting knockouts on like Cramorants and pretty much anything that doesn't have over 120 hit points. So it doesn't hit Radiance. Doesn't knock out Radiance. You need 4 for that, but you know, you can still knock out a lot of Pokemon. A Squawkabilly EX, right? This helps us with our turn 1, right? Making sure we're actually able to, you know, draw cards, right? I've used this actually a lot. I think this is absolutely amazing. Its attack there, Motivate, is, you know, you don't really use it in here because this is a special energy deck, but in decks that do play basic energy, this is a great card for them, so I'd be putting it in those especially. Radiant Tsareena, right? So this is a really good card to heal, right? Oftentimes, you know, against like Lost Box, they'll do a Greninja play, right, with Moonlight Shuriken. 90 to 2 Pokemon, they'll typically target your Archeops, right? And then their follow-up turn is they will use Sableye Lost Mine to clean up the job, to put 6 on each to get the knockout, right, at a perfect 150. With Sableye there, probably with Serena, you actually can heal 20 damage from all your Pokemon, right? So you actually, by playing this and, you know, have that, you know, when that scenario happens, you'll actually be able to prevent your Archeops from getting 2-hit KO'd, which is super important. We do play 1 Yveltal as well, single strike Yveltal, right? Because it's dark, right? It's really good. And it's a great single prize attacker as well. You know, against a lot of other decks, right? It does hit that magical 110, right? So you're knocking out Cramorants. Because it's all dark energy, you have to put single strike energy on it. So you'll be doing with 3 170 damage. And that is extremely good. You also get, you know, a one-shot Gardevoir EX and Mew VMax. So, great card to have. And then lastly, for the other last Pokemon, a single Pumpkaboo. Because we often get path locked, right? Which is one of the problems that I had, you know, versus Lostina, right? And I wanted to counteract that by adding a little bit more stadium hate. Like, we obviously got Lugia's attacks. We got Pumpkaboo, and then we also got our stadiums, which I'll get into in a moment. So, pretty cool. Pretty solid list. Now, on to the trainers, supporters, and stadiums. Right, so supporters, 3 Iono, we need those. 3 Professor's Research, we need those, right? We need draw cards. 2 Boss's Orders, right? Insanely good card. We do play 1 Serena, right, for discard fodder, right? Another way we can discard those Archeops, right? I've contemplated on the 3rd boss, but I think you do need to play the Serena just because of the discarding effect, right? And there's still lots of V's being played right now. There's Giratina, there's Raichu, there's Raikou, there's Lumineon, there's Arceus, right? There's lots of V's. Palkia V as well, right? Urshifu, Rapid Strike Inteleon, Lugia, Tyranitar, right? Urshifu, and then obviously the Arceus variants, Duraludon, Flying Pikachu, right? Umbreon, right? Lots of variants that play different types of V Pokemon, so it's still very much a V dominated game. Stadiums. 2 Mesagoza, right? I still think this is an incredibly useful card, right? I don't understand why you would not play it. Like, you need more opportunities to get Pokemon in your hand, and that does it. A Collapse Stadium, right? To discard our useless bench Pokemon like Lumineon and Squawkabilly after they come into play. And then a single path to the peak, right? I absolutely love this stadium. I think this stadium is incredibly impactful, even in Lugia, right? I can see you playing more than just 1 in Lugia, right? And just because, after you Summoning Star, right, the only ability Pokemon that you really have to worry about, obviously like there is Serena, but in some cases, some matches you don't even use it, right? Is just really Lumineon, right? So if you can kind of time that properly, you do play a lot of stadiums, right? A lot of stadium hate, so you can always just discard them when you need to. But I think it's a fantastic stadium in here. So that is the stadiums and supporters. So now we're going to get into the trainer cards. Right? The trainer cards are really easy. We got 4 Capturing Aroma. Pretty cool. 4 Ultra Ball. Another really cool one. That. We got 3 Urn of Vitality. Right? And then 2 Nest Ball. So Nest Ball gets a basic onto the bench. Urn of Vitality shuffles your single strike energy from the discard pile into the deck. Ultra Ball can discard cards, so you want to discard Archeops typically to search for any Pokemon. And then Capturing Aroma, depending on if you get a Heads, you get an Evolution card. If Tails, you get a basic Pokemon. Is a really good card because it can get you what you need, right? And there's always something to do, right? And typically, like if I have an Ultra Ball and a Nest Ball and that card on my first turn of the game, I'm going to play that card first because I want to see the results of that, right? You always want to try and play this card first. And that is it for the trainer cards. So really simple. Right, I did originally have Choice Belt in here, but I don't think you need it, especially with how much one-hit KOs you're getting with this deck. The only thing that I can see it being kind of a hard time against is Entei V, because it's got that 230 or opposing Tyranitars. So these are the energy. double gift, double jet, and double V-Guard, right? Don't play a ton of energy, only 13. I'm actually thinking about increasing it to maybe 14 or 15 because I did in one game run out, right? And I had, well, it was partially bad prizing. My last two prizes in round 2 were a single strike energy and an Urn of Vitality, and I needed those two so I can get the energy required onto my Tyranitar to hit a Pidgeot for game, as I had a boss in hand. So that was kind of my out on that. But yeah, V-Guard energy is really good right now because it helps versus Lost Tina mostly and the Lost Impact, right? They can't one-shot a Lugia, right? Jet energy is insanely good, right? Oftentimes I would, have the Urshifu down on the bench. Jet energy, bring it up, evolve. Primal Turbo, search for 3 single strike, right? 2 with one with the other, and then boom, right? It's so good. Gift energy, so I did have an issue with this in my last match, right? Just kind of, I forgot how to, that I had gift energy and I forgot to use it. So when I started my turn, I drew a card and then I went to Primal Turbo. And I grabbed 2 energies from the deck that were on the lower portion of it. And then my opponent caught that. So easily reversible game state, as I did not shuffle my deck. But yeah, just something that it's easily that you can easily forget about. Double Turbo, 2 energies, right? But minus 20 damage though. And then single strike energy provides dark and fighting at the same time and adds an extra 20 damage, providing it is attached to a single strike Pokemon. So pretty cool. Awesome deck. I really like this deck. I think it is definitely tier 1. Right, it has the power to beat pretty much any deck. Giratina, Archeops, Chien Pao, Charizard, right? Not many decks can one-shot a Charizard EX right now. And, I think that this deck is, one of the best decks suited for that, right? You can Star Requiem or you can just Urshifu. That's pretty much the only 2 decks that can one-hit a Charizard right now, so pretty cool. But yeah, there you go, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I will leave a little bit of a tournament report in the description. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Obviously, big giveaway happening at 250 subscribers as well. So let's get there. And as soon as we get there, the quicker I can give it away. And yeah, don't forget about Deck Profile Friday. And then I think this Sunday will be the last Sunday of Obsidian Flames. I think that's all that I have left. There's just a few more products and then that's it. So but yeah, there you go, everybody. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video.